G'day folks, good to see you again and thanks for tuning in. Earlier this week I put a post up where I spoke about the subject of transferable skills, and in particular I emphasised one of those old cliches of the fact that success, particularly in sales, is 9 parts attitude and 1 part aptitude. And what I was suggesting, of course, was that we want to be looking far more at somebody's attitude when we're considering bringing them into the business than necessarily the aptitude, and not overemphasising the aptitude. And as a consequence of that, looking at their transferable skills when accompanied with the right attitude. That caused quite a number of questions around the idea of, so what is this thing called attitude? You know, am I looking for somebody who's got a good attitude? What is a good attitude? Do I look for somebody who's got a positive attitude? I mean, and how do I even measure that? Well, what I want to share with you this morning is that when I'm referring to attitude, I'm not really talking about that one singular thing, attitude. I'm actually talking about a combination of attributes that come hardwired into each and every one of us. Over time, our brain starts to unpack itself and it starts to kind of do all of its hardwiring, and we become a particular personality. And I'm not going to talk about Myers-Briggs, I'm not going to talk about DISC, it's not about putting people into boxes, but our personality evolves and we tend to behave in a fairly consistent manner, 9 times out of 10. So, as an example, in the new year, I'm going to be recruiting for a business development manager for my own business. So I'm going to be getting somebody to come into Justified Talent, who's in turn then going to be going out and hopefully speaking with small business owners with a view to obviously getting them to become clients of ours. As I do that, the person that I'm going to be looking for will need to possess a certain range of characteristics. And what I'm able to do is actually define what those characteristics look like. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, and I'm not going to leave it up there for the duration of this video. I'll actually put an image of that up there for you to take a look at. But what the blue squares represented in there was a range in comparison to the population of a number of characteristics. And in the behavioural traits in particular, what I'm looking for is what energy level do they possess? How assertive are they going to be? What's their sociability? What's their desire to be meeting with others? What's their level of manageability? What's their attitude? So there's that word, but are they pessimistic or optimistic? How decisive are they? How accommodating are they in meeting the needs of customers? What's their level of independence? And then in terms of the way in which they make judgments, do they do that in an objective or subjective manner? Now, I have a tool that allows me to actually delve very, very deeply into each of the applicants' personalities and get an understanding of where they sit on those particular attributes, those scales, in comparison to the rest of the population. I have clarity about what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who ideally lands in one of the blue squares that you saw up there in the grass, and you'll be able to see it more clearly when you click on the image later on. You'll see in there's a range of movement of 30%. So I'm not looking for somebody precisely like this. They can move 10 or 20 or 30% on any one of those different attributes and still be ideally suited for the role. And in reality, I'm even prepared to move 40% if needs be. Because again, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm happy with somebody who rocks up and they've got 7 or 8 out of 10 in terms of what I'm looking for. So just some food for thought. That's what I mean when I'm talking about attitude. I'm talking about that collective sum of attributes that the human being displays. Hope that makes sense. Have a great day.